Michail Antonio might just have ran his race for West Ham United.
Big up Gunners Podcast.
The Gunners Podcast.
If you're new here, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you're a part of the 73% of those who watch our videos regularly and do not subscribe, what the hell are you waiting on? Hit that fat red subscribe button right now and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we do post videos. And if you want to follow us on our socials, you can do so at 876 Gunners on Instagram and TikTok. And lastly, if you want to support us monetarily, you can do so by buying us a coffee. You can find the link below in the description. Now, as reported by London World in the UK, Reggae Boyz striker Michail Antonio and about 6 other West Ham United players are poised to move from the club this summer. So in this video, I will be talking about Michail Antonio's future. Now, just so you guys can know, the 6 players who are potentially or who will potentially be leaving West Ham United along with Michail Antonio this summer, again, potentially, guys. So if it doesn't happen, do not come and bash me. This is the news that is currently out there. So yeah, these 6 players are potentially on a move this summer away from West Ham United. The first one is Angelo Abgana, who basically signed a deal last year, a 1-year extension, and he's basically set to leave on a free. I think they're really giving that extension because they were looking for centre-back options and they really wanted an experienced person who knows the squad, just in case the person who they bought doesn't bed in or has an injury or anything could have gone wrong. And that person who they bought in was Konstantinos Mavropanos, who's an ex-Arsenal player, and he's done okay so far this season. So there's no real need for them to keep up Ghana. They can go ahead and try to get someone else in. Yeah, and the next player who is set to leave on a free is goalkeeper Joseph Anang. The next player as well is Calvin Phillips, who is also expected to return to Manchester City after an abysmal loan spell at West Ham United. The amount of games that this guy has sold for West Ham United in a short space of time, I don't want to say I've never seen it before, but it's crazy. It's definitely up there with one of the worst loan spells in recent times. And the next player is actually a fan favorite, and I believe he came up through the ranks, through the academy, and it's Ben Johnson. He signed a 2-year extension in 2022, and that will be expiring this summer, and there has been no agreement to extend that contract so far. And the other person, his name goes by David Mabama. David Mabama. And it says here that he turned down a contract extension. And lastly, it's West Ham legend Aaron Cresswell. Now, heading back to Michail Antonio, this is not the first time that the Reggae Boyz striker has been linked with a move away from West Ham. No, around this time last year, he even admitted that he was in talks with teams after being linked with a move to the MLS, right? And the now 34-year-old striker was also moved a year prior in 2022 with a move to Wolves, right? That was the summer when Gianluca Scamacca made a move to West Ham. And Michail Antonio has never been shy of admitting that he will not stay at West Ham if it means that he's going to be playing backup to another striker. He wants to be the main man. He wants to be starting matches. And if he sees that there's a certain type of level of striker that's coming in that's going to really and truly threaten his game and take his game away, he rather to just leave the club, right? Yeah, no, Michail Antonio is in his mid-30s. He's had a very injury-riddled season so far, and yeah, that just doesn't spell well for West Ham United. He doesn't have a high resale value, so they are very seriously eyeing up a replacement for Michail Antonio. And the one at the very top of their list to replace Michail Antonio is 28-year-old Guinea striker Serhou Guirassy, who plays in the German Bundesliga for VFB Stuttgart. Now, VFB Stuttgart currently sit third in the table and will comfortably qualify for the Champions League this season. And I believe due to the fact that both Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich are now in the semi-final of the Champions League, I think that fifth place in the Champions League might just go to Germany. If results might have swayed differently, it might have went to England, where if, say, Manchester City went on to win or Arsenal went on to win. However, both of them dropped out just yesterday of the Champions League, leaving two German clubs. One of them will have to make it to the final, and that almost cements that extra spot for the German Bundesliga. And as I said, they're sitting well comfortably in third place on the same amount of points as Bayern Munich. A lot of people are talking about that same amount of games played. So yeah, they are comfortable. They will be playing in the Champions League next season. And yeah, Guirassy has had an excellent season so far. He scored 27 goals in 25 matches. That's a very, very good return. But the most important thing is that he is a very similar player to Michail Antonio. And West Ham believe that he would suit and fit their system and fit right in without a whole lot of bedding in period. He's powerful, he's fast, he's strong, he's good aerially, and he has a ruthless instinct in front of goal. And that's exactly what David Moyes' West Ham need up top. And what makes it even better is the fact that West Ham would only have to pay a minuscule amount of 17 million Great British pounds to acquire him. And in today's market, to get a player that's scoring 27 goals in 25 matches at that price, it's an absolute steal. Now, there is an issue that might arise, however, and this is not based off anything that I've read, but if I was a player and I just finished, had a great season with a club, I'm going to be playing Champions League football, why would I want to leave that club to go and play for another club that is nowhere near Champions League football? And Guirassy is 28 years of age. I'm not sure if he has ever played in the Champions League before. And if he gets the chance to play the Champions League next season, that might weigh on his mind a bit. Should I stay for 1 year? Should I go and play Champions League? Or should I take this move to the Premier League that, if I don't have the same or similar season next season, might never arise again? So Guirassy would definitely have a decision to make about his future and about what he really wants to do. I'm sure West Ham really would love him. But for me, if it was me in his shoes, I would really be caught in a dilemma, to be honest. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Michail Antonio is potentially on his way out this summer. Let me know in the comments, where do you want to see him play next season? That's it for this video, guys. If you're new here and if you've even reached this far, please remember to like the video. Like the video so it can reach to more people. Subscribe, hit that fat red subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified whenever we do post videos. That's it for this episode, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Big up Gunners Podcast.
The Gunners Podcast.